My name is Alexis Jackson, and as part of an EDU 310 requirement, I have created this slideshow presentation on Bloom's revised digital taxonomy. After viewing my PowerPoint, I hope that my viewers have a clear understanding of what exactly it is. Also, I hope that you leave knowing the different objectives students are expected to meet, as well as ways to implement and meet each of the objectives in your classroom, both present and future. Benjamin Bloom created Bloom's taxonomy in the 1850s, which included his cognitive objectives. His taxonomy categorized and ordered objectives and thinking skills. Actions and learning opportunities are emerging with the use of technology and as it advances. Bloom's taxonomy follows a thought process, meaning each of the cognitive objectives is a very important step in an individual's learning process. We cannot understand something without first remembering it. The 6 steps in the process include remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating. Collaboration can take place in many of these forms. It is not a 21st century skill, it is a 21st century essential. Bloom's taxonomy was originally categorized by nouns, but was then changed to verbs. It was then revised in 2001 by Lauren Anderson and his colleagues. Then, for a second time, the taxonomy was revised in 2007 by Andrew Churches. Bloom's digital taxonomy aligns with 21st century learning and through its objectives shows that thinking skills are very important when it comes to knowledge and content. Under each objective, there are several LOTS, which stands for lower order thinking skills. Under each objective, the lots as well as activities that include the use of web-based tools and technology skills. Now I'm going to begin talking about each of the lots that fall under each objective. Like I mentioned before, remembering is the first step when it comes to learning something. Remember, remembering can be easy as recognizing a word or being able to list some topics under that word, or describing that word, like defining an object or naming a group in a lesson. Identifying, retrieving, naming, locating, and finding are all lots which can be used in a lesson no matter what the subject. The next step is understanding. Once a student remembers something, they can begin to try and understand content they are introduced to. Interpreting, summarizing, inferring, paraphrasing, classifying, explaining, and exemplifying are all lots which fall under this objective. There is a difference between remembering and understanding. Remembering requires a student to only recall facts and knowledge in various forms, while understanding something requires a student to take what they have learned to the next level and be able to talk about what they just read, compare two topics within a lesson, or paraphrase an excerpt in a chapter from their textbook. The third step is applying, which requires students to take what they have learned and use it to solve a problem or connect the dots between two concepts. Lots which fall under this category are implementing, carrying out, executing, and using. Applying could be using a skill or a set of facts. The fourth step is analyzing. It requires students to take a closer look at what they have learned. Lots include comparing two people in a story, organizing their thoughts in a bubble map before writing an essay, deconstructing, attributing, outlining information they have researched, finding, structuring, and integrating. The fifth step is evaluating and involves students commenting on or critiquing something. Lots include checking, hypothesizing what will happen in a science experiment, critiquing a poem written by a famous author, experimenting with different ways to solve a word problem, judging, testing their hypothesis, detecting spelling or grammar errors in their papers, and monitoring. The sixth and final step is creating, which allows students to take what they have remembered, understood, applied, analyzed, and evaluated, then make it their own. Lots include designing a model of the Eiffel Tower, constructing, planning, producing a short video, inventing a new genre of music, devising, and making. Creativity involves all of the other facets of Bloom's taxonomy and leads them to produce a final product. Putting each objective to use in the classroom. Through the use of technology within the classroom, students can put each objective to use during a lesson. Incorporating activities that address these key terms help reach each objective. Earlier I mentioned some examples of how to implement the lots in your classroom. In this last slide, I have given you examples of how to implement the 6 objectives in your classroom. First, remembering, bullet pointing, Googling, and social networking. Understanding, Twittering, subscribing, and categorizing. Applying, hacking, editing, and uploading. Analyzing, tagging, linking, and integrating. Evaluating,